Some might say Hampton and Richmond's clash against Worthing is a must-win for both sides this afternoon. Stuttering starts to the season means the Beavers and the Rebels are 17th and 18th in the National League South respectively at the start of play. Perhaps it's a hangover from last season. Fans of both sides were crying their hearts out after their respective promotion bid agony. But it's important that the clubs don't look back in anger for too long, otherwise they might face a slide away from this season promotion race. If you don't get tickets for Oasis this morning, don't worry. This is a spectacle that you're definitely invited to. I'm Jackson Colin. Joining me this afternoon is none other than Jonny Luter, someone who so many times will stand by me at Beverley Stadium. Hi Jonny, how are you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you very much. Yeah, no. Looking forward to another Saturday here back at Beverley Stadium for some more National League South action as we take on Worthing this afternoon. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I half alluded to the Oasis heartache. I didn't get any tickets, and I'm pretty sure you didn't because you had to leave a bit before me. So.
No, I certainly didn't. Well, as many viewers may know, we are housemates together. But yes, I did. I did try for tickets this morning, but I was at 140,000th in line in the queue there. So sadly, no luck for me at all. But you know, you just have to roll with it in these cases.
I'd like to say that's the last joke we'll make, but it probably won't be, to be fair. I'll take you through the team news, starting with Hampton and Richmond. It's one change from the side that played at Bath on Monday afternoon. Bumi Babajide comes in for Alex Wall up front. So the full team news for Alan Julian's men is Ted Curd in goal. Then it's Chris Campbell, Mike Atkinson, Josh Keir, James Roberts, Jake Gray, Jack Taylor, Bumi Babajide, Archie Taylor, Jerry Wiltshire, Alfie Williams. And the substitutes are Alex Wall, Dominic Ravan, Jaden Brissett, Renedy Masampu and Mauro Vilhete. A bit more on him a bit later. And as for the visitors, Worthing, you've got Chris Hay in goal, then it's Sam Beard, captain Kane Wills, Tommy Willard, Jack Spong, Danny Cashman, Nick Wheeler, Temi Babalola, Glenn Ray, Alfie Young and Oliver Black. The substitutes for Worthing are Joe Cook, Jake Hutchinson, Harrison Smith, Sam Packham and Jack Bates. The referee this afternoon is George Laplin. Then his assistants are Callum Peter, Scott Crowhurst, and the fourth official is Kieran Bailey. Sounds fine from what I can hear. Sorry, we appear to be encountering one or two technical difficulties, but yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about the new signing for Hampton and Richmond this week, Mauro Vilhete. He's actually played for Hampton and Richmond before. Back in 2021, he signed for the Beavers on a dual registration basis from Wingate and Finchley. He scored a goal in his 3 appearances for Hampton and Richmond. Now he's against Ebbsfleet. His last club was at Hornchurch, who came here to Beverley Stadium on the opening day of the season. That was a 3-1 win to the newly promoted side. A little bit more about Mauro Vilhete. He's a midfielder and he's also played for the Sao Tome and Principe international team. You may not have heard of that country. That's quite alright because it's a very small island off the west coast of Africa. Yeah, Mauro Vilhete, he was actually born in Portugal, but I believe he has family from Sao Tome and Principe, and I promise you the island is there. You just have to zoom in on your world map. He also played for Southend United last season, and well, if you follow the Beavers over the last 12 months, you might remember that the Beavers beat Southend in the FA Trophy last season, and Vilhete actually scored a penalty against the Beavers. There's also a place on the bench for relatively new signing. This was announced about a week ago. Renedy Masampu. He's a left-back signed from Enfield Town, who are also in the National League South, and he started out at the Metropolitan Police, but he was at Chelsea for a couple of years. Is everything sorted?
I think everything's sorted now, Jackson. Yes, sorry, thank you. I know you had gone on a bit of a monologue there,
yeah, but luckily that's what the research is for moments like this.
Exactly. And you do plenty of it, Jackson. That's fair to say.
Thank you. Well, yeah. Just if you are free, what's your thoughts on the team news? Because you were at the Bath game on Monday afternoon.
Yeah, of course, with the August Bank Holiday weekend, you know, the game on the Saturday and the game on the Monday, that does put a lot of pressure on the players. You know, there's no time for any training sessions after that. It's merely to, you know, relax on the Sunday, wind yourself down, then build yourself back up ready for the game on Bank Holiday Monday. And I was at that game, Jackson. It was a 1-0 defeat for the Beavers that game, with a penalty coming courtesy of Scott Wilson from a yellow card from Jerry Wiltshire's challenge. And Hampton and Richmond did also look good, all things considering the fitness levels, obviously coming back from that game on Saturday. I think Hampton and Richmond did have quite a few opportunities, but sadly couldn't convert any. So I think, again, Hampton and Richmond so far this season are proving defensively very good. Already had a few clean sheets so far this season. Ted Curd already 2 Team of the Weeks for him. So defensively, Hampton and Richmond looking very solid. Just need that final cherry on top to get the goals in.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Ted Curd there. He got the Man of the Match award in our victory over Salisbury. That was last Saturday, our only victory of the season. And yeah, I think the watertight defence from the Beavers is something worth mentioning. We've conceded 5 goals in as many games this season, but 3 of them were conceded on the opening day against Hornchurch, and it has been vastly improved since that day 3 weeks ago now. Wow, time does fly indeed. We can go over a bit more the new signing. I sort of went over it quite a lot during my little monologue, but Mauro Vilhete, it's good to get another body in, and it's good that Hampton and Richmond got in on the transfer deadline day excitement as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Mauro Vilhete as well, and I know I was listening to your monologue there, but yeah, the key thing for me is I was at that FA Trophy game at Southend United, and Mauro Vilhete did do a superb penalty against Adam Debois. So you already know coming into this, Mauro Vilhete does have quality that I think he can bring to this Beavers side. And obviously playing for Southend United in the National League, again, that's just a higher level that he's played at. So a lot of experience he can bring down from that level into the National League South. So good signing for Jules's men. Like you say, it's just another person through the door, isn't it? You know, as we have got a couple of injuries at the moment, but just having that extra man always helps.
Yeah, just looking at the injuries in the squad, you got Captain Ode Sorondo and Giovanni Critchlow and Billy French. They are starting to just get into training a bit more, so hopefully it won't be too much longer before we actually see them on the pitch. Dominic Ravan, he pulled up with an injury against Hornchurch on the opening day. He is back in the squad, so maybe we'll see him a little bit later on. But Archie Taylor, who came on for him, has done very well in the right-back role. The youngster, Archie Taylor, 20 years old. I think we could talk a little bit about transfer deadline day as we wait for kick-off to happen. Obviously, it was for both of our clubs, it was quite a low-key transfer deadline day. I mean, Liverpool, my club, didn't do anything. They signed Federico Chiesa on the penultimate day, which I'm pretty happy with.
What do you mean your club? This is your club.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I meant that. And Leicester, did they do any business?
Yeah, we did on transfer deadline day. We got Edson Odegaard in on a loan signing, I believe.
Yeah, that actually happened for you.
It did, yeah. All on the basis that Eddie Nketiah would sign from Arsenal to Crystal Palace on loan. So, as it is with transfers, the chains that happen at that level. So, no, very happy with that level of business. But but obviously in the National League South it's a bit different. The transfer deadline day is not quite the same at this level, so Hampton and Richmond can make signings throughout the season, and obviously do loan signings as and when we need to. But Mauro Vilhete, the latest one through the door. Yeah,
exactly. We're just over 5 minutes away from kick-off between Hampton and Richmond and Worthing this afternoon, and while we wait for both sets of teams to come out onto the pitch, do a little mini review of the season so far. 5 games played for Hampton and Richmond, 4 for Worthing, and I'd say it's been quite a surprising start so far, especially at the top of the table.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got to shout out to Scott Davies and his Slough Town side, who are currently top of the table as of right now, before 3 p.m. this afternoon. So yeah, they've been bagging in the goals, haven't they? Slough Town already 13 goals they've scored already this season. And then you look at the likes of Boreham Wood and Dorking. Well, Boreham Wood, I mean, they lost to Salisbury at the weekend. So Salisbury came to the mighty Bev and we beat them 1-0. So that's what I love about the National League South already this season. There's already so there's so much going on. Anyone can beat anyone in this division, and obviously you've got the likes of Dorking Wanderers as well. They've got a target on their back as they're looking to get themselves straight back into the National League as well. So absolutely, already the season is turning out to be a very fascinating one.
Yeah, you talk about anyone can beat anyone in the league. Worthing in their last outing didn't have such a good time of it. They lost 5-0 at Truro City, and there were some pretty revealing comments by their manager Chris Agata after the match. He went, "This isn't on the players, it's on me." And he admitted that he got the team selection wrong and the changes at halftime he got it wrong, and he admitted we have a bit of a lack of a cutting edge. Well, they scored quite a few goals. I think that's a bit unfair, but they have been quite leaky in defence. Worthing, 11 goals conceded already. Do you have the how many goals they've scored stats?
Yeah, and also 7 goals this season.
So they've scored more, but they've conceded more than us. I feel like this afternoon, this game is a bit of a clash of ideologies. The Beavers are very watertight. Finding the net has been a slight issue this season, but hopefully before long the goals will start flowing in, and Worthing, at least the fans are being entertained.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Worthing last season obviously just missing out on promotion to the National League. And Jackson and I, just before we went on air there, just discussing that, you know, when you get to the playoff final, no matter what division you're in, Jackson, you sometimes, if you don't quite make it, it's that hangover that you can have as you go into next season. You could say Worthing are falling the victim of that.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, a reminder, last season Worthing made it all the way to the playoff final. It was on home turf, but they were beaten by Braintree 4-3 after extra time. It was a riveting game, one of the best I've seen all season, and maybe we are seeing a bit of that. It should also be noticed that Worthing have lost 2 of their most potent goal scorers from last season. Ollie Pearce, he's moved to York City, who play in the National League, and Brad Dollahan, well, he got himself a move to West Ham, so that's not bad, going from National League South to Premier League.
And that's what we love about this division, Jackson. You know, like the level we have at the Tier 6 of English football, there's plenty of time in these players' careers. I mean, I look at this Hampton and Richmond squad, all these young talents we have. There's nothing to stop them progressing further up the division, and I would love to see that for some of these players going forward in their future, in their careers.
Yeah, absolutely. You see some players who have made it in the Premier League, players like Ollie Watkins. Okay, he was on loan at Weston-super-Mare, but it would surprise you the amount of top players out there who have played at this level before.
Another one, Jared Bowen as well at Hereford.
Yeah.
That's another one. And of course, how can we forget our very own Jamal Lowe, who did make it to the Premier League with Bournemouth, and I believe Jamal Lowe, I think he's at Sheffield Wednesday now, I believe.
I actually don't know, but
I believe he is at Sheffield Wednesday, yeah. So Jamal Lowe is still cooking it up in the EFL Championship. So, yeah, absolutely. You know, there's the quality at this level over the years. I mean, after listening to the Under the Stand YouTube video that the club posted last week, you know, the quality at the National League South level over time is just getting better and better and better. So, you know, I would absolutely love to see these players in their future careers move on to the high divisions.
Yeah, that sprinkler is just a bit too close to us. Thankfully, it's just been turned off. I was thinking we've got a lot of expensive equipment around here. That would have been a real disaster for our YouTube watch along if all of our equipment got wet. But it looks like the players are going to make their way onto the pitch. I'm not entirely sure what we're waiting for. Up, here we go. So Hampton and Richmond and Worthing make their way onto the pitch. Hampton and Richmond wearing their red shirt with white shorts and red socks. Meanwhile, Worthing are wearing an all blue strip this afternoon because, of course, their home shirt is red. I'll take you through the team news once more. So for Worthing, it's Chris Hay in goal. Then you have Sam Beard, Kane Wills, the captain, Tommy Willard, Jack Spong, Danny Cashman, Nick Wheeler, Temi Babalola, once of Hampton and Richmond, of course, Glenn Ray, Alfie Young, and Oliver Black. The substitutes for them are Joe Cook, Jake Hutchinson, Harrison Smith, Sam Packham, and Jack Bates. As for Hampton Richmond, one change from the team that played against Bath City on Monday afternoon. You've got Ted Curd in goal, then it's Chris Campbell, Mike Atkinson, Josh Keir, James Roberts, Jake Gray, Jack Taylor, Bumi Babajide, Archie Taylor, Jerry Wiltshire, and Alfie Williams. The substitutes are Alex Wall, Dominic Ravan, Jaden Brissett, Renedy Masampu, and Mauro Vilhete.
quick one on, as you mentioned there, Temi Babalola, obviously former Hampton and Richmond player. It's lovely to see Temi back playing at this level, formerly at Boas and Pitsea, I believe, in the division below, who are bottom of the table, I believe.
Well, he's done all right for himself then by getting a move to Worthing.
He certainly has, and I think you'll remember, Jackson, do you remember that bicycle kick that he scored against Poulton Rovers?
Yeah, in the FA Cup qualifiers. He also scored one in our game away at Torquay in that FA Cup campaign. Unfortunately, Hampton and Richmond weren't able to get over the line. But, well, that was then, and this is now. And you can see Temi Babalola towering over all of his teammates there as they do a little huddle. Meanwhile, the Hampton and Richmond players just doing a little warm-up. James Roberts is just approaching the referee and his assistants. He is the captain with Ode Sorondo still out injured.
Who would you say has been your favourite player so far this season, Jackson?
For Hampton and Richmond. You know, it's probably going to be James Roberts. I'm not just saying that because he's the captain. I thought he played really well against Hornchurch. Got the goal, our opening goal of the season. Caused a lot of problems for Chelmsford when we went to them in the second game of the season. Yeah, I think he's looked our brightest prospects so far, but I've been impressed with a number of players. Mike Atkinson came in really well against Chelmsford. Bumi Babajide did brilliantly as well in that game. What about you?
Thought you'd never ask. No, I have to say, Bumi Babajide as well. Like we in the Hornchurch game, I said I think he is one to look out for this season. I think he's got a bright future, Bumi Babajide. And then for me as well, Christian Campbell, I think he's done excellent defensively as well. Got so much pace and power on that left-hand side. So really excited to see if Christian Campbell can have a real threat this afternoon as well. Yeah,
Campbell, he was, in my opinion, rather harshly sent off against Chelmsford on the second game. He did serve his suspension. He's now back, and he's the nearest player to us on the halfway line. It's going to be Hampton and Richmond who get us underway. They'll be shooting towards the Keith Hussey stand at the start of the second half, and off we go. Hampton and Richmond against Worthing in the National League South as a long ball played out left to Campbell. It's just a bit too overhit, so that's going to be a throw-in to Worthing.
Worthy to note as well, Jackson, that there is a little bit of wind here this afternoon at TW12, so you know that would certainly favour the ball to be played on the ground a little bit more instead of doing the balls overhead. Yeah, absolutely. I think wind is the most frustrating weather you can play sport in. You'd rather play in torrential rain or intense heat, in my opinion. What about snow? Oh, well, there's something magical about snow, isn't there? And we're hoping for some more magic here this afternoon at Beverley Stadium. Here's Glenn Ray on the ball. That's intercepted by Alfie Williams, but Ray does well to win the ball back. Ray actually played alongside Jake Gray when the two were both playing for Luton Town in League Two. And Ray actually signed for Worthing last October from Luton Town, and they were in the Premier League last season. So while Brad Dollahan went up to the Premier League, Glenn Ray went down to the Premier League. Or down from the Premier League to the National League South. Visitors in possession with number 7, Willard. Now the ball is on the right flank with Beard. He crosses it in with his left foot. It's a deep one. It's headed back across goal. Here's Willard. He's well tackled though by Mike Atkinson, who can take the ball out of the Worthing box. He just calmly plays it out left to Campbell. Oh, that was a late challenge by Beard. Campbell did well to sidestep it. Now he's been boxed in, Campbell. Oh, he's actually lost the ball. Beard has pinched it off him. He gets the cross, and it's Babalola with a chance. He does slip at a crucial moment, and then Jack Taylor and Atkinson do well to shepherd the ball out of play, but that was a bit of a worrying moment for Hampton and Richmond. Yeah, already Worthing having a few ideas going forward at the moment, and they're looking for that man, the number 10, Danny Cashman. He's certainly going to be one to look out for this afternoon, the young Worthing player. And well, if Babalola didn't slip just as he was about to pull the trigger, I think that could have been 1-0 to Worthing. But play does resume now with Campbell on that left flank. Passes it to Babajide, who's taken out there by Ray. Yeah, that's a free kick to Hampton Richmond, just inside the Worthing half in a left of central area. It's going to be taken by Williams.
He plays it early to James Roberts on the right flank. He goes for an ambitious volley, and well, he did get it on target. Chris Hay, the goalkeeper, having to make a save, but it was a pretty simple save.
Yeah, no, it was, but that's a bright idea from James Roberts. You know, that was always going to be a difficult opportunity for him to try and, well, the best thing, I mean, he even got it on target, which was the first difficulty, but just the power needed to even really test Chris Hay was always going to be a bit of a challenge from that angle, but good attempt from James Roberts.
Yeah, that would have been a very easy contender for goal of the season if that went in. Babalola winning the header there, but Archie Taylor picks up the loose ball. And then Babalola has been penalised there for a late challenge on Archie Taylor. Referee just having a brief word with him, just telling him to calm down a bit. 3 minutes on the clock. Hampton and Richmond 0, Worthing 0. As Jack Taylor looks to take the ball forward, and he clips it long and out left to Christian Campbell, who should get there before it goes out of play. He tries to nutmeg Sam Beard, but Beard was wise to it. But that's a great turn by Campbell, who can get the crossing with his right foot. Good block by Beard. It's out to Alfie Williams on the left, plays it to, or tries to play it to Atkinson, but it's intercepted by Danny Cashman. That's a good ball inside to Wills. Now it's Babalola who holds the ball up just in front of the halfway line. And Hampton Richmond have won a throw-in. Good tackle by Atkinson to play it against Babalola.
Yeah, and also Jack Taylor there with a fantastic pass to pick out Campbell there as well. So, yeah, Jack Taylor as well. He's had a fantastic start to life in TW12.
Now Roberts has the ball, plays it back to Jerry Wiltshire. Roberts again. Plays it across to Atkinson in the centre circle. He's got Campbell in support and he uses him. Just inside the Worthing half on the left for Hampton and Richmond. Good ball inside to Babajida, who's going to get there. He might take a shot early. Oh, and it's deflected just wide. It's a corner kick to Hampton and Richmond, and what a massive opening that was for Bumi Babajide.
And also on this left-hand side here, Hampton and Richmond are already starting to cause Worthing some problems. That link-up play with Campbell on the left-hand side, and Bumi Babajide already proving to be a good one.
Yeah, he took the shot with his left foot, and while I'm always a fan of players trying with their weaker foot, I think maybe he would have been better off just trying to take it with the instep than using his stronger right foot, and I'm sure he would have nestled in the back of the net, but it was saved by Chris Hay. Corner to Hampton Richmond, which is taken by Jake Gray. It's taken short to Babajide. Peels away, returns to Jake Gray, and he crosses it, aiming for Wiltshire, but it's caught by the Worthing goalkeeper, who plays it quickly to Cashman, but it's too far in front of him, so the ball is now at the hands of Ted Curd.
Now you can see already Worthing just trying to use the pace of Cashman. He was alone up there, but again, that wind maybe just playing a bit of having a part there with the ball to Cashman.
Yeah, it's going to be, a lot of today is going to be about which team deals with the conditions the best. They're by no means atrocious conditions, but just a bit uncomfortable. Josh Keir tried to play the ball down the line on the right, but just couldn't quite connect with the ball. So throw into Worthing. It's been thrown back to Alfie Young, who actually got a red card against Truro on Monday, but the league rules dictate that the suspension doesn't come into effect until the game after. So he will not play any part in Worthing's game against Boreham Wood on Monday night. Jack Taylor intercepting a long ball, but Spong gets onto the loose ball, trying to find Babalola, but Taylor again just doing well to shepherd the ball out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, Jack Taylor using his strength there against Temi Babalola, who is a big boy, standing at well over 6 foot for sure.
Yeah,
so
I think 6'3", 6'4", that's what we're looking at with Babalola. Long ball played by Wiltshire to Babajide, who just tries to get onto that long ball, but it's too far in front of him. So an easy gather for Hay. Yeah, Babajide, he's started in 4 of the 6 games this season. Still waiting that first goal for the Beavers, although he was prolific at his previous club, Carshalton Athletic. 20 goals in 37 appearances. Ball's on the left-hand side for Worthing. Back with Wheeler. Now Young in the centre circle. Just looking for options. Not many in front of him, so he's had to go all the way back to his keeper, Hay.
Hampton Richmond, I just want to say, Jackson, Hampton Richmond are set up really well here. They've got back four and then three in the midfield there. So Hampton and Richmond have a really good shape.
Young plays it to Wills, who plays it first time to Spong on the right. 4 goals this season for Jack Spong so far. Well, Beard is showing for support, but instead Young sprays it out left. And now it's with Cashman just outside the Hampton and Richmond box. He's had to go back though to Wheeler. Now Young just in front of the halfway line in a central area. He clips it out left. It's a ball play through to Wheeler, but it's too far in front of him, so that's a goal kick to Hampton and Richmond. 8 minutes on the clock, still 0-0.
Yes, Nicky Wheeler on the left-hand side there. I remember last time Worthing came to the Beverly, I remember it was a 4-1 victory for Hampton and Richmond, and Alfie Whittingham getting the best out around Nicky Wheeler. I remember that was a superb goal from Alfie Whittingham.
Yeah, it certainly was. Now here's Campbell, just inside the Worthing half on the Hampton and Richmond left. He's had to go retreat a bit, and he plays it back to Wiltshire. Now the ball's on the Hampton and Richmond right with Archie Taylor. He's got space to run into. He cuts inside and plays it to Atkinson, who's got a few options to his left. He plays it through to Jake Gray. That's a great pass, but Jake Gray didn't quite time his run, so it's offside. So that's a free kick to the away side. That
was something that cropped up quite a lot in the Bath game on Monday. Hampton and Richmond were getting caught out offside a fair few times in the game, so I think Alan Julian would have seen that and would have worked on that this week in training.
So far, that work, if it did happen, not having the desired effect. But Hampton and Richmond are in possession again with Roberts, who he was just crowded out by 3 Worthing players. So the away side have the ball again with their goalkeeper, Chris Hay. He plays it outright to Beard. He's been pressed by Campbell, so he goes back to Young. And he's been allowed to travel forward, plays a short pass to Wills. Now Young again, been pressed there by Alfie Williams, and he just had to poke the ball back to his goalkeeper.
Yeah, Worthing just trying to be a bit cautious when playing out the back at the moment. Obviously, those 11 goals they've conceded already this season will surely be lingering over the players' minds at the moment, so just opting for that cautious option, playing out from the back.
Chris Hayes sprays it out left to Nick Wheeler. It's been jockeyed by Josh Keir. Wheeler does well to get away, and he gets a cross in. Oh, it's sort of palmed away by Curtin, then he gathers it at the second attempt. He was being pressurised there by Temi Babalola.
He did just spill it there, didn't he? But
yeah, that's a tackle by Sam Beard on Campbell. Well, fortunately for Hampton and Richmond, Beard wasn't quite able to take the ball in his stride, and the Beavers are back in possession with Curd. Now Taylor looking to find Alfie Williams down the line on the right, but just strays out of play, so throw in to the visitors.
Yeah, both sides having one good opportunity each at the moment, but it's just Worthing that seem to be dominating the possession as it stands.
Yeah, Worthing, like Hampton and Richmond, won just one game this season. Their win came on the opening day. It was a thrilling 4-3 win at Weston-super-Mare. They're 3-0 down at half-time, and they managed to win 4-3. The winning goal coming from Danny Cashman, a 96th minute penalty. I mean, that's why you get into football, days like that.
And that is just classic Vanarama, that, you know, that's last minute was.
Now Wheeler in possession, in line with the edge of the Hampton and Richmond penalty box. Keir just joining him there. Wheeler can't really get away from him, but he plays it to Cashman on the left flank. Crosses it in with his right foot, headed away by Jack Taylor. Only as far out as Spong. It's been jockeyed by Jake Gray, and he plays it back to Ray. He's making a marauding run down that right-hand side, and he crosses it in. It's missed by Wiltshire. Then it rebounded off Archie Taylor, and Wiltshire then just hoofed the ball away, but it's back with Spong midway into Hampton Richards' half. He looks to clip it forward to number 7, Tommy Willard, but had a bit too much on it, so easy gather for Ted Curd.
Yeah, Hampton and Richmond at the moment are allowing Worthing to play inside the Hampton and Richmond half, but Hampton and Richmond do offer a threatening proposition going forward at the moment, but I believe that's just gone out for a throw in there for Worthing.
Yeah, and that'll be taken by number 18, Oliver Black. He now has the ball at his feet after receiving it from Young. Now is Young, he's been charged down there by James Roberts. Alfie Williams couldn't quite take the ball and start a counter-attack, so Worthing are on the attack down the left with Wheeler. Good play by Wheeler, he gets the cross in, headed away by Atkinson, out for a throw-in to the away side, deep into the Hampton and Richmond half on the left.
2 or 3 times now Worthing have gone for the crosses into the box there, and Hampton and Richmond doing enough to keep the ball out at the moment, but Worthing just pressing a little bit at the moment.
Well, they do have a big old specimen in Temi Babalola to aim for up front, and he's trying to get near Ted Kurd as this long throw-in is about to be taken by Oliver Black, who is said to be something of a long throw specialist according to the Worthing website, so we'll see if his arm will live up to the height. It's a good throw, to be fair, but it is well caught by Ted Kurd, and he's got Alfie Williams in support, but Kurd just opts to keep hold of it, just wait for the players to take up their position. He rolls it out to Wiltshire now. Archie Taylor down the line on the right to James Roberts. 1 or 2 protests for a free kick, and Hampton and Richmond get it. It was a late challenge by Wheeler. Again, the referee not opting to go into his notebook yet. Archie Taylor takes that free kick, sprays out left to Christian Campbell, just inside the Hampton and Richmond half. Got Atkinson in support, but he uses Wiltshire instead. He's been pressed by Babalola, so Wiltshire just calmly plays it back to Kurd.
Yeah, Willard and Babalola, the 2 strikers up front there, just putting Hampton and Richmond under a little bit of pressure.
Now Campbell looks to accelerate away from Spong, and he does so. Now he plays out to Jake Gray on the left flank. Now Babajide, not seen too much of him the last couple of minutes, but that's a good pass out right to Archie Taylor. Now it's James Roberts close to the line. It's a low cross, and it goes all the way through to Chris Hay.
Yeah, again, I feel like any attack that Hampton and Richmond are having at the moment that's getting anywhere near the Worthing box is coming on this left-hand side, and Christian Campbell is the playmaker to get things going, it seems.
Yeah, bright start by Campbell. Plenty of experience at... Oh, and Babajide now has a chance. He's well tackled. It's gone out to Jake Gray. A bit of a heavy touch, and his cross is intercepted by Young, and now Worthing will look to get out, and Wiltshire just about beats Babalola to the header there, and he nods it back to Ted Kurd. Now Campbell. I didn't really see how that attack developed for Hampton and Richmond, because we were being asked if we wanted any water.
Yeah, thank you very much, Will King, for kindly offering us some refreshment.
Anyway, the ball is out right with Mike Atkinson. He plays inside to Babajide, just inside the Worthing half. He flicked it out right to Archie Taylor, but he couldn't quite keep it in. So here's a throw-in to to Worthing, sorry. Well, that's a long throw. And it's a shot blocked to deny Tommy Willard. Well, it was saved by Ted Kurd, but Jerry Wiltshire did well to take the sting out of it when making the challenge. And that was that long throw by Oliver Black, which proved to be quite dangerous there. Oh, Campbell just trying a ball down the line to Jake Gray, but it was slightly overhit, so throw in to the away side, just inside the Hampton and Richmond half. Glenn Ray was shaping up to take the throw in, but he was on the pitch when he was shaping up to throw it. Anyway, play is now underway again. Long ball played towards Tommy Willard, is caught by Kurd. Now it's Josh Keir, who's wriggled away very well there from Kane Wills, the captain of Worthing. Now the ball's on the right with Roberts, and he clips it forward to Archie Taylor, who's motoring down that right-hand side, but Oliver Black did beat him to it. Well, Hampton Richmond have won it back with Josh Keir on the halfway line, plays it towards Archie Taylor, but it's intercepted by Black. Keir has it again. He just lets it go out of play for a throw, about 5 yards into the Hampton and Richmond half on the right. 18 minutes played. It's still Hampton and Richmond 0, Worthing 0. The best chance of the game falling to Hampton and Richmond. Bumi Babajide has played through down the left channel, and his shot was well saved by the Worthing goalkeeper Chris Hay. And here's Babajide now. Oh, that's surely a foul. Yeah, he's been taken out there by Ray.
Yeah, this is now a really promising position for Hampton and Richmond with a free kick on the edge of the 18-yard box there.
And it looks like that's going to be the first booking of the afternoon. So it's number 15, Glenn Ray, after 18 minutes. I don't think you're going to have too many complaints. He's had one or two. He's been penalised one or two occasions this game. So this might be a tossing up in the referee's head. But this is a good position for Hampton and Richmond. Just a couple of yards outside the Worthing penalty box on this right-hand side.
If you can see at the back there, Jackson, you've got Jerry Wiltshire there, Bumi Babajide and Christian Campbell and Jack Taylor. Tall gentlemen that can get their head on the ball to hopefully try and steer it on target.
They certainly can. It's Jake Gray and Alfie Williams who are stood over the ball. This might favour the left foot of Alfie Williams. And it's him who signals, takes the free kick. It's headed more up than out by Babalola. Atkinson heads it back into the mixer. Wiltshire tries it. Oh, it's an overhead kick by Keir. Oh, and there's a shot taken. It's gone in! It's Christian Campbell. Well, I think it took a deflection on the way, but Christian Campbell, with his weaker right foot, has given Hampton and Richmond the lead after a massive scramble in the penalty box. But these cheering Beavers fans won't care one bit. It's Hampton and Richmond 1, Worthing 0.
Well, what did I tell you, Jackson? Christian Campbell having such a great start to the game on the left-hand side. And he, like I mentioned, being the playmaker for any attack going forward for Hampton and Richmond. And he's just got the first goal in the game. And he's opened up his account nicely here at Beverley Stadium.
Yeah, first goal for Hampton and Richmond for Christian Campbell. I mean, he has only been his 5th game for the Beavers, and he is a left-back by trade, so it's not like goals are expected of him, but that was a really well-taken goal. I do think it took maybe 1, possibly 2 deflections on the way, so that's why Chris Hay was unsighted a bit. As play does get back underway, ball played out left to Wheeler. That's a good pass, actually. Archie Taylor is jockeying him. Wheeler's still on the ball on that left flank, gets the cross in, and it deflects into the arms of Ted Curd.
Yeah, it's been fairly even so far, but Hampton and Richmond find themselves 1 goal to the good here at Beverley Stadium.
Jack Taylor just been pressurised, so his ball to Babajide wasn't what he was hoping for. The away side back in possession with Young. Interestingly, Christian Campbell, he started his semi-professional football career as a goalkeeper for Bromley, but I think he decided he wanted to be an outfield player pretty quickly after that. Now the ball is on the left with Cashin. That's an interesting pass or cross in. It was met by Sam Beer, but it drifted comfortably wide of goal, with Campbell, the goal scorer, doing just enough to put him off.
Yeah, opportunity there for Worthing, but yeah, Hampton and Richmond doing enough at the moment to keep Worthing at bay. Hampton and Richmond 1 goal to the good at the moment.
And Ted Curd takes the goal kick, plays it short and outright to Wiltshire. Now here's right back Archie Taylor. He clips it cross field to Campbell. 1 or 2 claps for that pass. Now Campbell still on the ball, just plays it short to Alfie Williams. Now Campbell again. About 5 yards into Hampton Richmond's half on the left. Now Williams plays it long and cross field towards James Roberts. Wonder if he'll go for another volley. It's him and Wheeler who are scrambling for the ball. Here's Wheeler who just about comes away with it, although Roberts is doing well to keep him boxed in. Wheeler is at his own corner flag, and Roberts gets his foot in, out for a goal kick, but that's good hassling there by Hampton Richmond's captain for the day.
Absolutely, and some might say that Christian Campbell has been Hampton and Richmond's best player so far this afternoon, Jackson?
We already did the some might say in my speech at the beginning. Here's Sam Beard.
We'll talk tonight, don't worry.
Now the ball is on the Worthing left with Wheeler. Beard in a central area now, the right back. Plays it to Cashman, and he plays it outright to Spong, who tries to play it forward to Babalola, but it's intercepted by Jake Gray. The away side have it again with Young. Now Wills in the centre circle in Hampton Richmond's half. Here's Willard. Hampton Richmond in a good shape so far. Ball's on the right-hand side for Worthing with Spong. He plays it inside to Beard, and Kia gets his foot in with a very well-timed challenge. And Hampton Richmond can come away with it with Mike Atkinson. He plays it early to James Roberts, who has the ball in some space on that right flank. Williams and Babajide are in support. Here's Roberts, takes a shot alone. Oh, and it's a good save by Chris Hay. It was an unpredictable bouncing ball for the Worthing goalkeeper. A lovely caress shot with the left foot of James Roberts, tipped just past the post.
Yeah, fantastic opportunity for Hampton Richmond again. That's our number 9, James Roberts. Already opened his goal account from the first game of the season when Hornchurch visited TW12. But yeah, as we know, James Roberts has got a fantastic foot on him.
That was a great challenge by Kia to dispossess Sam Beard, and then Atkinson played a great pass to Roberts, who did the rest and couldn't quite find the net. Anyway, corner on the left-hand side to Hampton Richmond, be taken by Jake Gray. It swung into the middle, headed away by Babalola. Only as far out as Kia, about midway into Worthing's half, and he sprays it out into the box. Here's Christian Campbell. He might be looking for his second goal. His touch wasn't the best, so Wheeler was there to get the ball off him. And then he just plays it off Christian Campbell for a throw-in to Worthing, deep into their own half on their left.
Yeah, Hampton and Richmond just applying the pressure at the moment. Worthing in the last couple of minutes just struggling to get out of their own half at the moment.
Yeah, so coming up to 25 minutes, it's Hampton and Richmond 1, Worthing 0. The goal scored just shy of the 20-minute mark by Christian Campbell. And Hampton and Richmond have had 2 pretty good chances either side of that. Bumi Babajide first up, having a left-footed shot, saved by Chris Hay, and then Hay doing well to tip a left-footed James Roberts effort round the post. But Worthing are on the attack on their right with Willard just outside the Hampton Richmond penalty box. Jack Taylor is jockeying him. It's a low cross. Oh, and it's gone all the way through to number 10, Danny Cashman. And well, in the blink of an eye, Hampton and Richmond have been pegged back. It was good play down the right-hand side by number 7, Tommy Willard. Did well to get a low crossing, which went through a crowd. And there was Danny Cashman to get onto the loose ball and slot it past Ted Curd in the Hampton and Richmond goal. It's Hampton Richmond 1, Worthing 1.
Yeah, there was plenty of Hampton and Richmond players back there to defend that, but the ball just managed to slip straight through, and there was Danny Cashman, and a really simple job just to put that in the back of the net. So Hampton Richmond players, don't look back in anger.
That's unforgivable. That's the 3rd goal of the season for Cashman. And yeah, he scored 13 goals in 38 appearances for them in all competitions. I think he was the goal scorer in this fixture last season. Or
yeah, Cashman did score last season. Yes, he did. Yeah.
That finished 4-1 to Hampton and Richmond. So hopefully we can, if you believe in omens, then maybe that's a good sign. Anyway, so throw into the Beavers, taken by Archie Taylor on the right. He threw it to Williams, but he has been dispossessed. Williams wins it back though. Oh, now Worthing have come away with it on the right with Beard. Looks to go infield, and he plays it out wide to Babalola. You'd rather have him in the middle if you're a Worthing fan. He plays it back to Beard now. Here's Glenn Ray. Ray again. Crosses it in. Headed away by Archie Taylor. Worthing come again though. It's on the left-hand side with Wheeler. Crosses it in with his left foot. And Jake Gray had to head that out of play for a corner because Sam Beard was lurking in the background, and if he did get there, he would have had an empty net to head it into.
Yeah, Worthing now just playing with a slight spring in their step as they sense they can get themselves a goal in front here now from this corner kick.
So corner on the right, it's going to be taken by Willard. Jack Spong is showing for a short corner, but the likes of Babalola and Young are looking menacing in that Hampton and Richmond box. Quite a crowd developing around Ted Curd, and the referee not happy with something he's seen. So this corner will be delayed. 1-1 is the score, 28 minutes played. Referee having a word with, well, quite a few players. I couldn't say which specific player he was having a word with there. Corner will be taken by Spong, and it's a deep one, headed away by Jack Taylor. Out to Atkinson, who is all on his own, so he's just going to go running like Forrest Gump. And he's done very well to take the ball in his stride. He's now on the right-hand side, Atkinson. That's a well-timed challenge by Beard, out for a throw-in to the Beavers, about 10 yards into the Worthing half.
But you've got to say that was a fantastic run from Mike Atkinson. Seen that a few times this season now. He's not afraid to push forward.
Yeah, Josh Keir has won a free kick, a bit of an over-enthusiastic challenge by Willard. And Richmond looking to play it up to Babajide. He now has the ball, plays out left well to James Roberts, who has switched flanks now. Roberts made shave up to shoot. Oh, it's deflected into Babajide, and the keeper spilled it. It's still out in the penalty box.
Wow.
Well,
I've got to say, Jackson, from the angle we had, I just saw James Roberts just getting ready to open his body up and go for the shot, and it looked like it was going to be nestling in the bottom right-hand corner, but the keeper's done well with that one to keep it out.
He certainly did, because it did take a deflection off Bumi Babajide, Roberts' shot, so we can forgive him for spilling it, but in the end, him and his teammates managed to clear the danger.
Yeah, Worthing just allowed James Roberts that bit of space just to get that shot away. That was a really, really good opportunity for the Beavers to try and get themselves in front again.
The away side are now in possession with Young. Here's Wheeler, plays it first time towards Cashman, the goal scorer for Worthing. And Wiltshire does well there to win a throw-in. I think he played it off Cashman, although Willard is not very happy with that decision. Eventually he hands it back to Hampton Richmond's right back, Archie Taylor.
How do you think Alan Julian will be feeling so far, Jackson?
I was going to ask you that actually, but since you asked, he'll be a bit disappointed that the goal sort of came out against the run of play, but in terms of creativity for Hampton Richmond, they've done very, very well. They've had a few good chances as well as getting the goal. And yeah, this game is just a bit end-to-end at this point, which I don't think, well, knowing Jules and wanting to have a watertight defence, he won't like so much. Worthing have themselves a throw-in, about 25 yards from Hampton Richmond's goal on the left. It's going to be their long throw specialist, Black, who looks to launch it in towards Ted Curd. He does exactly that, but it's headed away out of play by Josh Keir, so that'll be another opportunity for Black to launch it in. Oh, instead he goes short to Wheeler, plays it slightly backwards. Wheeler then crosses it in with his right foot, headed away by Wiltshire. And then Williams just helps it on, but Worthing have the ball back with Cashman. Now Ray plays it down the line on the right towards number 8, Spong, but it was a bit too strong, so that's a goal kick to Hampton and Richmond.
Yeah, that was a wicked delivery in by Nicky Wheeler into the Hampton and Richmond penalty area. Hampton and Richmond again, just doing enough to keep Worthing out.
Oh, it's a bit of a sloppy pass by Jack Taylor. It's a bit too far in front of Christian Campbell, so Worthing have themselves a throw-in about midway into the Hampton and Richmond half on the right. And their left back, Black, who does love a throw-in, is going to look to launch it in from the right this side, from the right this time.
And there it is. It's through a crowd, but it's an easy gather for Ted Curd. Well, I wouldn't say it was an easy gather, but he made it look easy. And he rolls it out to left back Christian Campbell, Hampton and Richmond's goal scorer this afternoon. And he just plays it back to Jack Taylor. Weren't too many options going forward. Now Archie Taylor, the right back, has it. He pings it down the line to Kia. His touch was good, but he was being well closed down. So Worthing are on the ball with Cashman. His pass out left is intercepted by James Roberts, who plays it left out to Bumi Babajide, who will get there ahead of Sam Beard, but his touch is just a bit heavy, Babajide, so he is dispossessed. Now Alfie Young has it, plays it to Glenn Ray. His Spong back to Beard. Now it's with the Worthing goalkeeper, Hay.
Yeah, Worthing again, just having a nice spell of possession here. Looking to find Cashman already as how they look to come forward again.
Here's Wheeler down the left-hand side. Archie Taylor is standing him up, as is James Roberts. That's a good challenge by Archie Taylor. Wheeler trying to nutmeg him. Worthing do have it back. This is a good spell for them. Now here's Ray. Takes a pot shot from distance. That must have been about 40 yards out, and that sails high over Ted Curd's goal and hits one or two of the fans in the Alan Simpson OBE stand. So that's a goal kick to the Beavers.
Worth a go, though, I suppose, from that range, though, Jackson, wouldn't you say?
I think if you're a centre-back and taking a shot from there, I think your teammates are going to be a bit upset about that. But Hampton Richmond won't be there, in possession with Campbell. Does well to get out left to Jake Gray, just inside Worthing's half. And that was surely a trip on Jake Gray. Maybe he was a bit too honest there, Gray. Could have gone down there following that challenge by Beard. Worthing have it in the centre circle with Cashman. Great challenge by Mike Atkinson. Now here's Roberts. Oh, and he's chopped down by Wills.
Oh.
And he's furious because he feels that his side should have had a free kick earlier for that challenge on Cashman. Wills has been yellow carded there by the referee. So that's 2 bookings for the away side.
But you've got to say as well, Mike Atkinson's challenge, superb stuff from Hampton Richmond's number 4.
Yeah, he knows how to time those 50-50 challenges, Atkinson. He was in the non-league paper team of the day after our win against Salisbury last Saturday, Atkinson.
Yeah, it's fair to say Christian Campbell again on this left-hand side. He's just looked so bright when he's been on the ball, so intelligent with his passing. I mean, some would say he's electric.
That's a good one. Free kick to Hampton and Richmond in the centre circle, a couple of yards into the Worthing half. Again, it's Alfie Williams and Jake Gray who are stood over the wall. They might look to play this long into the Worthing box. Jack Taylor and Jerry Wiltshire are at the back post there. It's Gray who aims for that area. It's Wiltshire who, I think he actually left it for Jack Taylor in the end, and Taylor wasn't expecting it, so it has just drifted out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, shame that, because that was a good ball into Jerry Wiltshire, and yeah, like you say, Jack Taylor didn't quite know that was going to come for him. So it will be a goal kick to Worthing in the latter stages of the first half.
Yeah, 36 minutes played. It is Hampton and Richmond 1, Worthing 1. Christian Campbell broke the deadlock for the Beavers with a right-footed finish inside the box, but Worthing hit back pretty quickly on 25 minutes. Danny Cashman with a well-taken goal with his right foot after some good play down the right by Sam Beard. And it's on the Worthing left with Wills, plays it out to the wing with Cashman. Good cross in, headed away by Campbell. Back to Young in the centre circle. Now Oliver Black. Not too many options for him, so he just plays it calmly out to Tommy Willard, who has dropped deep. Hampton Richmond have kept a good shape for large parts of this first half. Worthing are quite content to keep hold of the ball until they can try and find an opening, and it's a long ball played out to Cashman. It's on the left for Worthing. Now Wheeler, his pass was a little too ambitious, so Atkinson comes away with it, finds Alfie Williams. Babajida just caught on his heels there. Ray was there to intercept that pass by Williams. The away side, they're looking a little bit more likely at this point if there's going to be another goal in this first half.
Yeah, it's just Worthing. They're just having most of the possession at the moment, Jackson, and they're just trying to pick out that right pass just to get the likes of Nicky Wheeler, Danny Cashman and Jack Spong on their bikes.
Young is forced to go back to the goalkeeper, Chris Hay. Young then clips it long and down the left channel to Wheeler, but Kia will get there first, and he puts it out of play, but then he's caught by Wheeler. It was a very unnecessary challenge there by the Worthing number 11, and Jake Gray isn't happy with the referee. He's, well, he always, it's not clear who's going to, yeah, it's the yellow card's been given to Wheeler there.
Yeah. Yeah, Worthing just, discipline-wise, that's their third yellow card now. So Worthing just need to be careful here. Of course, as you know, Alfie Young picked up that red card at the weekend, so Worthing just need to watch themselves in terms of their discipline.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a nice bit of respite there, because there was some sustained possession from Worthing, and Curd clips it out to Jack Taylor, who does very well to chest it down, plays it back to Curd. Now Atkinson on the edge of the Hampton Richmond box. Here's Taylor, he's been well pressed by Wills, but he launched it to Williams. That's a great touch by Williams inside the Worthing half, plays it to Gray. Now Kia in the centre circle, got options on the right, uses Archie Taylor, who can travel into space, got Roberts in support, uses him. Roberts crosses it first time, it's deflected, and Beard clears it away in the nick of time. Alfie Williams was lurking in the background. And it's another corner to Hampton and Richmond on that left-hand side.
Again, the number 9, James Roberts, wicked delivery into the box there, and Worthing doing enough to keep it out for Hampton and Richmond, but good passage of play there from Hampton and Richmond coming forward on that right-hand side, Jackson.
It's going to be Jake Gray who takes the corner kick. Alfie Williams showing for a short corner. I think Jake Gray is going to put this into the mixer. He does so. It's headed by Wiltshire, pretty comfortably wide of Chris Hay's goal. And Chris Hay takes the goal kick really quickly, too quick for Danny Cashman. So it's with his opposite number for the day, Ted Curd. Now here's Josh Kia on the left for Hampton Richmond with Campbell. Dinks it to Williams, headed away by Glenn Ray. That's a good turn by Willard to get away from Kia. He's got Atkinson stalking him, and that's a great challenge again by Hampton Richmond's number 4. It is a throw-in to the away side.
I've been so impressed with Mike Atkinson with his challenges. He's getting the timings absolutely spot on, and he's just not allowing Worthing to come forward in these moments.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's started every game since the Chelmsford game, our second game of the season. He came on in the latter stages of our defeat to Hornchurch. And here's Black, who launched it into the Hampton and Richmond box, flicked on, and it's come out to Spong. His shot is blocked and then put out only partially. Spong has it again about 30 yards from goal. Now Cashman puts it out left to Wheeler. And stood up to by Roberts, so he plays it inside to Ray. And is the one attempted 1-2 is stopped by James Roberts, and then a snapshot taken by Jack Spong. Already got 4 goals this season, is high over Ted Curd's goal.
Yeah, Hampton and Richmond doing enough again to keep Worthing out, but Worthing just couldn't penetrate through the Hampton and Richmond defence at that moment in time.
42 minutes played. It's Hampton and Richmond 1, Worthing 1. Hampton and Richmond going in front through Christian Campbell, but Worthing hitting back with Danny Cashman. Oh, that's a late challenge on Alfie Williams. Referee waves play on. It's with Jake Gray in the centre circle. Now Kia, he plays out left to Campbell, just a bit behind him, so he had to go back on himself, Campbell. And he plays it back to Jack Taylor. Now Jerry Wiltshire Ball on the Hampton Richmond right with Archie Taylor. Here's Williams, who seems to be fine despite that firm challenge. Great pass down that channel to Bumi Babajide, but credit to Chris Hayes, quickly off his line to make the clearance to Babalola. Wiltshire beats him to the ball. Now Archie Taylor. And here's Williams, being pressurised by Wills. So he goes back. Now Jake Gray, who's drifted in from that left flank a couple of times this half. Now here's Mike Atkinson, out left to Gray, just inside the Worthing half. He plays it, slips Christian Campbell in, who looks to get the cross in. Oh, he takes a touch inside the box. Oh, and it's rebounded. So close to Jake Gray. It was cleared away in the nick of time by Worthing. Ball is still in play with Campbell. This time he will cross it into the box. It's deep. Here's Roberts. What a save. Oh, and it's cleared away again. Hampton Richmond can come again. It's with Roberts again. He looks to cross it in. It's Babajide, palmed away. Worthing still on out of the woods. Wheeler now can look to get it away. He's well charged down by James Roberts. Hampton Richmond might have another chance. Here's Mike Atkinson. Now Kia, about 30 yards from goal. Plays out left to Campbell. Dummies the cross. He's looking for a shot. It's not forthcoming. Here's Jake Gray just inside the box. Good skill to get away from Beard. Oh, it's a good recovery challenge by Beard. Another corner kick to Hampton and Richmond. Great pressure from the Beavers.
Wow, Hampton and Richmond, that was a fantastic 60 seconds of play we've just seen here at TW12. Looking really threatening. And again, James Roberts doing a superb job to have a go at goal there. And also Christian Campbell again. He's been absolutely brilliant this first half.
We're in the final minute of the opening 45 at Beverley Stadium. 1-1 is the score, but Hampton Richmond have a corner on the left. It's going to be Jake Gray again. Wiltshire and Jack Taylor there in the box. Jake Gray swings it in. Oh, an attempted overhead kick there by Babajide. Kia looks to win the ball off Cashman, and Jake Gray does well to keep it in. Now is Kia, but he's just dispossessed by both Wills and Cashman. Plays it long, but it's nowhere near a teammate, so Ted Curd will collect the ball. Plays it short out to Jack Taylor. Now here's Alfie Williams. Down the line on the left to Jake Gray, who was caught late, but it's an advantage for Hampton Richmond. Two added minutes at the end of this first half. Hampton Richmond won't want half-time right now because they are well on top over these last minute, or 2 minutes, I should say. Babajide flicks it to Kia. But Robertson support, and he uses it about 30 yards from goal. Thought about a shot, but instead he plays out right to Archie Taylor. Plays about to Roberts. It's a deep cross. And it's just a bit too deep for Jake Gray. It's gone out of play for a goal kick.
There's a couple of moments there, and I thought, yeah, Josh Kia, we've got such a great angle here, Jackson, from this area. And Josh Kia, I thought he was going to open his body up just to have a crack at goal, but he just made one extra touch there and passed it away. But Hampton and Richmond looking really threatening. You just feel that Hampton and Richmond there, they could have got themselves another goal, Jackson.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're coming up to one of the 2 additional minutes being played of stoppage time. Ball launched long towards Babalola, but Wiltshire gets to the header first, and Kia just nipping in ahead of Wills, the Worthing captain. Put back in play by Glenn Ray. Hampton have it back on the left-hand channel. Bit of an early pass play to Bumi Babajide. A thumbs up there, though, to Christian Campbell. It was a nice idea, but Babajide just wasn't quite alert to it. And now here's Beard. Maybe Worthing will be able to create one more chance before half-time. Beard has been held up, though, by Jake Gray, so he plays it back to Young. Clips out left towards Wheeler. Intercepted by Archie Taylor, and he finds Roberts. Oh, he's dispossessed by Black, who dinks it into the box, but Ted Curd is quickly off his line to catch the ball. And, well, by my watch, we have played the allotted 2 additional minutes at the end of this first half. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, a very exciting first half indeed at Beverley Stadium. The score is Hampton and Richmond 1, Worthing 1. Christian Campbell broke the deadlock with his first goal for Hampton and Richmond. A lovely right-footed effort, which did take a deflection on the way after 19 minutes, but just shy of the 25th minute, Danny Cashman got the away side level. It was good work down the right-hand side by right-back Sam Beard. His low cross found Cashman, who made no mistake with that loose ball, about 12 yards from goal, slotting it past Ted Curd. I'd say Hampton and Richmond have had the better of the chances away from the goals. Bumi Babajide had a great chance to give Hampton and Richmond the lead on 5 minutes, but his left-footed shot was well saved. James Roberts had a chance as well. His left-footed shot, a bouncing ball, was well saved by Chris Hay. And just before half-time, Jake Gray, it looked like he was going to get in, but it was cleared away in the nick of time. Oh, and James Roberts, he had a shot from the left, which was deflected off Babajide, which was almost spilled by the Worthing goalkeeper, Chris Hay, who has certainly been busy this afternoon. So what do you think of those opening 45 minutes so far?
Yeah, Hampton and Richmond looking really strong, I think, going forward. You know, and again, as I've said it again, Christian Campbell has been pivotal in Hampton and Richmond's success in the first half here. This left-hand side is where Hampton and Richmond are applying the most threat going forward, so we're hoping to see plenty of that in the second half. Hampton and Richmond have been dry in terms of goals so far this season. Hampton and Richmond have got themselves one goal here already, but you feel like Hampton and Richmond could get more in the second half, Jackson. I think Alan Julian will be very happy with the side. Unlucky to concede that goal in the first half as well, courtesy from Danny Cashman, but Hampton and Richmond may have just slightly switched off there for that moment of play, but that was all it took for Worthing to get themselves back on level terms. So I think we've got a very exciting second half the world away.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just before we take a short break, if you wouldn't mind going through the scores on the doors in the National League South.
Certainly can. So still in play, Borehamwood 1, Maidstone United 0. Half-time, Chippenham Town 1, Enfield Town 1. Still in play, Eastbourne Borough 0, Dorking Wanderers 1. Half-time, Farnborough 0, St Albans City 0. Still in play, Hemel Hempstead 3, Bar City 0, and there's been 2 red cards in that game. Bar City's goalkeeper Harvey Wiles Richards has been sent off in the 29th minute, and ex-Hampton and Richmond player Brandon Barsey has also received a red card in the 38th minute in that game at Hemel Hempstead there. Oh, and I've just had it's now 4-0 in the 8 minutes of stoppage time there, Jackson. It's 4-0 to Hemel Hempstead there. What a fantastic scoreline we've got there. So I'll carry on. So half-time, Slough Town 0, Weymouth 0, Tunbridge Angels 1, Salisbury 0, Torquay United 1, Averley 0, Truro City 0, Chelmsford City 1, Welling United 0, Chesham United 1, and Weston-super-Mare 3, Hornchurch 1.
Thank you very much, Johnny, for such good reading of the scores as you so often do. We're going to take a short break at half-time, but we'll be back in a few minutes for the second half of Hampton and Richmond versus Worthing. Don't go anywhere. Well, welcome back to our YouTube watch-along of the National League South fixture between Hampton and Richmond and Worthing. The score is 1-1 at half-time. Christian Campbell opening the scoring in the game for Hampton and Richmond. The left-back sliding the ball in with his right foot. Took a minor deflection on the way through, and then a few minutes after that, on 25 minutes, Danny Cashman levelling the game with a neatly taken goal for the visitors. Hampton and Richmond are back on the field of play. One of the coaching staff just leading a group warm-up. We are still waiting for the Worthing players, and just as I say that, two of them appear right now on the pitch, so it won't be long before we start the second half. And yeah, Johnny, welcome back.
Yeah. Thank you for that warm welcome back for the second half.
Yeah, what would you think will be? You think Alan Julian will have said to the boys inside the dressing room?
I think he would have said certainly on the flanks we're having a lot of joy, and just to keep that up really. And the 3 points are here for the taking, Jackson. Like Worthing defensively, you know, they've looked weak at times. So I do think Jules will be saying, keep going, lads. We're doing really well on the flanks, and let's push on and try and get another goal or two. You know, I think the 3 points are here for the taking, Jackson, but he will be saying defensively, just remain sharp. Yeah,
I think that's fair. Hampton Richmond have been very creative in the first half. Bumi Babajide in the 5th minute had a really good chance to put them ahead, but his left-footed shot was well saved by the goalkeeper for Worthing, Chris Hay. James Roberts then was denied by Hay with his own left-footed shot. Roberts then had a shot which deflected off Babajide, which was almost spilled by Hay, but considering it took a late deflection, that was actually a pretty useful stop. And then Jake Gray just from about 6 yards out couldn't quite get his foot onto a ball that was pinballing around the box. As for Worthing, well, very early on in the game, former Hampton and Richmond player Temi Babalola was through on goal, but he just slipped at the vital moment. And in terms of clear-cut chances, that's been about it for the visitors, other than their goal.
Yeah, I mean, there are some really good balls that are being delivered in. Certainly that from Nicky Wheeler on the left-hand side. He is delivering some good balls into the box, but you know, Temi Babalola, their striker, hasn't really had any clear-cut chances, if I'm really honest with you. The two players that look like they are going to get amongst the goals are the likes of Jack Spong, Danny Cashman, and the number 7, Tommy Willard. So, yeah, if any goals are going to come for the Worthing side, I think it's going to be those. Like Temi Babalola just hasn't really been in the game too much, and Jackson, I want to see that man, number 9, Jason Roberts, get amongst the goals this afternoon, because he has looked really good. He's had a couple of shots himself, and some wicked deliveries into the box.
Yeah, absolutely. We are about to start the second half. Thank you, Callum, for passing my notes down to me. I lost them in the wind. There are slightly blustery conditions this afternoon, so that is something to bear in mind as well. It's going to be the visitors who start the second half, shooting towards the Keith Hussey stand, and thus that means Hampton and Richmond are shooting towards the Alan Simpson OBE stand, as they so often do in the second half when playing at home. The referee just doing his final checks at the start of the second half. 1-1 is the score. And off we go. The game is there for the taking, as Hampton, Richmond and Worthing look to get their second wins of the league season. Gray pressurising Alfie Young, but he did well to get the ball away to Wills. Now it's on the Worthing right with Jack Spong, who is their top scorer this season with 4 goals. Cashman, who scored today, is on 3. And the long ball aiming for him is collected by James Roberts. He looks to find Jake Gray. It's just a bit too far in front of Hampton and Richmond's number 10. Now Wheeler looks to play it forward to Willard. But Archie Taylor gets his head onto the ball and finds Josh Keogh, who wriggles away from 2 Worthing players and plays it out left to Babajide, who has the ball in space down that left channel. Gray and Roberts are making their way into the box. Babajide still has it on the edge of the box, plays it back to Keogh. Now it's played out right to Archie Taylor, and he crosses in. It's a good cross. Oh, and it's Babajide going for it. And somehow that's been given as a free kick to Worthing.
Wow, that wasn't what I was expecting.
That was the last decision I was expecting. Well, I think it was two players honestly going for the ball, and Chris Hay did catch Babajida. I think it would have been a bit harsh to give Hampton and Richmond a penalty, but it's even more harsh to penalise Babajida. Both players just simply going for the ball following that cross from the right, and Jake Gray just gesturing towards the referee's assistant, asking how on earth has the referee George Lapling come to that conclusion.
Yeah, I mean, Babajida was just completely taken out there, and I mean I'm sure the Worthing keeper will just be thinking to himself, whatever.
As I said, it would have been a bit harsh to give a penalty, as it was a genuine attempt to get to the ball by both players, but I don't understand how that's a free kick to Worthing. But anyway, play does resume. It's at the feet of Hay. Babajida is looking to come back on. He is now back on the pitch. Ball is in the Hampton and Richmond half. Bit of a loose touch though by Sam Beard. Out for a throw-in to the Beavers on the left. Taken by Christian Campbell. But midway into the Hampton and Richmond half. And Josh Keogh shows for support, but that's good pressing by Cashman to just put off Christian Campbell. So the away side have themselves a throw-in on the right. That's good play between Spong and Ray. And he finds Willard in the box. He may take a shot. Great. Oh, it's managed to squirm underneath Ted Curd. I thought he had made the save. But Worthing are now ahead. It was good play down that right-hand channel by Spong to find Tommy Willard, and his shot had a lot of sting on it, and it was too hot for Curd to handle, and it just bounced into the net. I think it was Archie Taylor tried to clear it off the line. And well, with 48 minutes on the clock, Hampton and Richmond are behind at Beverley Stadium. It's Hampton Richmond 1, Worthing 2.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment there, Jackson. Just the too much power on the shot from such close range that meant Ted Curd was going to have a real difficult job to try and keep that ball out, and it just sneaks under him. So Hampton and Richmond now have a lot of work to do to try and get themselves back on level terms.
Yeah, that is not what the doctor ordered for the Beavers, and they've got to show some character here because they played well in large patches of this game, and they're, in my opinion, unfairly behind in this game. But here's Jake Gray trying to make something happen. That's done well there to get away from Spong. Now the ball's on the Hampton Richmond left with Campbell. Plays it back to Jack Taylor. Campbell again. He just plays it back safely to Jack Taylor. Now here's Jerry Wiltshire. Ball's on the right with Archie Taylor. He plays inside to Keogh. Now Roberts. Hampton Richmond are going to get back into this. I think Roberts is going to be one of the best options for them.
Hampton Richmond also have a lot of options on the bench as well.
Here's Alfie Williams on that left flank. He was just crowded out there by a combination of three Worthing players. Sam Beard now has it. And here's Glenn Ray. Beard again. And now here's Willard, the scorer of that second goal. Just clipped to the ground there by Atkinson. So free kick to Worthing, about 10 yards into Worthing's half in a right of central area.
Yeah, Hampton and Richmond find themselves one goal down now. Been very unlucky to concede that one there.
Yeah, Tommy Willard, he was signed from National League side Aldershot Town in the summer. He was on loan at Worthing towards the end of last season. And that is his second goal of the season. But yeah, Spong, Cashman and Willard are their only scorers this season. It's a throw-in to the away side, and it's launched in by Black, aiming for Babelo, but it's headed away by Wiltshire, and Williams then just helps it on into Worthing's half, but it's with their captain, Wills. Clips it out right to Spong, who does well there. Well, I say that, it was just a bit too overhit, that pass, so The ball is now with the Beavers. Christian Campbell plays it down the left-hand side, who's surely taken down there by Beard. Well, the referee's not interested. Play on is the call. There was definitely contact there between Beard and Babajide.
Yeah, brought down again. Babajide being a real handful in this second half, and Worthing is struggling to keep a lid on him.
Jack Taylor now has the ball and plays it off Beard there to win Hampton and Richmond a throw-in. About 5 yards into the Hampton Richmond half on the left. He lets Alfie Williams take it instead, and he then lets Christian Campbell to take it. Now Taylor, here's Wiltshire, been pressurised by Babalola. Now Taylor clips it down the line towards Roberts, but it was accidentally cleared by Wheeler. There's a ball played long towards Willard, and he caught Curd there in no man's land. Curd is back in his goal. Ball's on the Worthing left with Willard. Plays inside to Beard. He went down a little bit too easy, and now the ball is on the right flank with Roberts. Plays it to Jake Gray. He's got a bit of space. That's a well-timed challenge by Black. He boots it against Keir. Now Hampton Richmond can come away with it with Roberts in the right of central area. He's well tackled by Wills. Keir gets onto the loose ball. Plays it back to Jack Taylor. Now Alfie Williams plays out left to Campbell. Here's Williams again. Plays it into the box. Aiming for Roberts. It's flicked on by Wheeler, out of play for a throw-in to Hampton and Richmond on the right, deep into their half. It's taken quickly by Archie Taylor, who receives it again from Jake Gray. Now Keir, and plays it back to Wiltshire. Jack Taylor now has it. Plays out left to Campbell, about midway into Hampton Worthing's half. Campbell accelerates away from Beard, gets across, and it's a deep cross, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick. That's a bit of a frustrating one for Campbell.
Yeah, I think as well, just back there when, like you said, Ted Curb was just caught out in no man's land, but Jerry Wiltshire did enough just to shepherd away Tommy Willard to the corner flag to give Ted Curb enough time to get back into the goal mouth. But Hampton and Richmond, then in the centre of the park, they managed to take the ball off Worthing there and come forward. And as you can see, James Roberts was just asking for the ball to be a bit further ahead of him to play that through ball through to him. But Hampton and Richmond nearly had an opportunity there.
Oh, that's bit of a hash clearance there by Curd, looking to come out of his goal line quickly. So throw in to Worthing, about 15 yards into Hampton and Richmond's half on the left. 54 minutes played. Hampton Richmond 1, Worthing 2 is the score. Christian Campbell putting Hampton and Richmond in front just shy of the 20-minute mark. Worthing hitting back through Danny Cashman in the first half, and then on 48 minutes, a powerful strike by Tommy Willard going through Ted Curd to put the away side in front. And well, Hampton Richmond have to defend here. It's back to Spong, it's deflected, it's still in the Hampton and Richmond box, but Taylor does well there just to prevent it from going out of play for a corner. Although given they have Oliver Black in their team, having a throw-in in this position is as good as having a corner. So Hampton and Richmond have got to be switched on here.
Yeah, that dangerous long throw in from Black. He can put it right in the mixer there, so Hampton and Richmond have to stand tall here and get this ball away.
Plenty of bodies in the box as Black launches it in, headed away by Mike Atkinson. And Jake Gray does well to put off Cashman. And now Williams is motoring down that left-hand side. I've got Babajide in support. This is a good run from Williams. Jake Gray is now showing for support. Here's Jake Gray. He gets across. It's Babajide! He's got his first goal, and it's been a long time coming, and it's come at a crucial time for Hampton Richmond. 10 minutes into the second half, it's Hampton Richmond 2, Worthing 2.
Supersonic play from Hampton and Richmond there. The break from Hampton and Richmond there. Alfie Williams with that superb run, and then Bumi Babajide was there to put the ball in the back of the net. Hampton and Richmond back on level terms in style.
Yeah, there's a great run there by Alfie Williams down that left-hand channel, then slipped in Jake Gray with a through ball, and it was pretty easy work for Jake Gray, just pulling it back across goal to Babajide, who was more or less unmarked, and an easy finish for him with his left foot to get his first goal for Hampton Richmond. Let's hope it's the first of many. Let's hope there's another goal there for Alan Julian's Beavers.
2 accounts opened now at the goal variety, of course, for Hampton and Richmond this afternoon.
Absolutely.
And we're away once again.
So we have restarted play. Worthing are on the ball with their captain, Wills. Now Young, just outside of the centre circle in Worthing's half. Young clips it out left, headed out of play by Archie Taylor.
So Hampton and Richmond, now they've got themselves back on level terms. Can they use that momentum to possibly get a third Jackson goal?
Well, I certainly hope so, because both sides could really do with the win here. As I said at the start of play, Hampton Richmond 17th and Worthing 18th in the table. Of course, very early into the season, but Worthing will look to create another attack with a long throw from Oliver Black. Oh, and it's been missed by Atkinson, and it's a poke shot by Willard. Intercepted there by Atkinson, although it deflected off him out for a corner kick to the Rebels.
Well, you can see why Worthing have already got themselves, prior to kick-off today, 11 goals. Now, of course, 13. You can see why they have got that threat in the penalty area. Just always have no issue finding the target.
Well, the referee is not happy with something. Again, a huge crowd forming around Curd, the Hampton and Richmond goalkeeper, and he's having a word with Kia and Glenn Ray, the referee. Corner is going to be taken by the left footer Spong. And now he blows his whistle. Spong takes the corner. Oh, and it's gone in. And I think it's number 15, Glenn Ray, who's claiming it. Well, it did look like Jerry Wiltshire was going to get there, but Glenn Ray, I think, just nipped in ahead. And it's a fine header from him. A good 10 yards from goal into the top corner. And, well, just like that, Hampton Richmond find themselves behind once again. It's Hampton and Richmond 2, Worthing 3.
Hampton and Richmond have it all to do again. But we've seen in this game so far, Jackson, that it's not beyond Hampton and Richmond's capabilities to get themselves back on level terms here. So I think Hampton and Richmond still have plenty to give.
Yeah, we've got over half an hour to play at Beverley Stadium. Alan Julian's assistant, Luke Ruddock, there just trying to rally the troops once again, who did respond very well to going 2-1 down. And they've got to respond again, because now they're 3-2 down. As play restarts again, Kia on the ball, just plays it short and out left to Taylor. Now here's Atkinson. He's been pressurised by Babalola, but Atkinson does well to pass it to James Roberts. Now Archie Taylor on the right flank. Clever ball inside to Jake Gray, who doesn't quite take it in his stride, but he still has it. Now here's Atkinson inside the box for Worthing. Atkinson's still on it. Not too many options, so he plays it back to Roberts, who plays it down the line to Jake Gray. He then dinks in. It's a deep cross. Babajide has been wrestled there. And, well, it's gone out of play for a corner kick. The referee making that decision right, but yeah, Babajide just having a word with him. He had his arms, or well, Stan Beard's arms were wrapped right around him. If the referee was just looking in that direction, that would have been a certain penalty for Hampton and Richmond.
I just want to correct myself earlier when I said 11 goals for Worthing. No, I meant they've conceded 11. They've scored 7 prior to 3 p.m. kickoff, so I just thought I'd correct myself there.
Corner to Hampton Richmond on the left. It's Jake Gray who takes it. Oh, and it's palmed away out to Christian Campbell. Oh, and he didn't have the same composure as he did in that first half. He was on his favoured left foot, but he just got under the ball, and the ball went comfortably over the bar.
Yeah, it was a lovely ball in from Jake Gray, but Christian Campbell, just with a shot well over the bar. So no worry there for the Worthing keeper, Chris Hay.
A good response by Hampton and Richmond after going 3-2 down a couple of minutes ago. And they definitely should have had a penalty before that corner was taken. It was a bit of a risky pass by Hay, almost intercepted by Babajide, who scored Hampton and Richmond's second goal this afternoon. Now Worthing on the attack down the left with Wheeler. He's got Cashman in support, and that's a pass. It's just a bit too far in front of Cashman, and Roberts comes away with it in a central area inside Hampton Richmond's half. Good pass by Roberts across to Atkinson. Now the ball's on the left with Babajide. He gets away from Ray, who is currently the match winner. He's the one who scored Worthing's third goal of the afternoon. Hampton Richmond are looking for a route back in. It's Josh Keir in a right of central area, clips out left to Campbell. About midway into Worthing's half. He crosses it early, looking for Roberts, too high for him, but Archie Taylor will retrieve it on the right-hand side. And now he'll cross it, but it's deflected out of play off Wheeler for a corner to Hampton and Richmond on the right-hand side.
You can see Worthing are allowing Hampton and Richmond to come forward here, and Hampton and Richmond do look really threatening going forward as well. So you just sense Hampton and Richmond, are they going to get another goal here?
Yeah, you sense we are not done in terms of goals, and we're certainly not done in terms of the game. 62 minutes played, Hampton Richmond 2, Worthing 3 is the score. And Hampton Richmond have themselves a corner, be swung in by Williams. Oh, it's a good delivery, and it's almost met by Campbell. Here's Mike Atkinson onto the loose ball. He's tackled. Roberts now has it inside the box. He's well challenged there by Wheeler, and it's gone out of play. Well, it was a throw, but I think he was just caught late, Wheeler, by Jake Gray. So it's going to be a free kick to Worthing.
Yeah, Hampton and Richmond again there. Just, I think you've said it there as well, Jackson. It's the composure, I think, in moments of play that Hampton and Richmond have just kept calm when they've been in the penalty box. They've not done anything, they've not rushed anything, they've just wanted to make sure they get it right first time with the passing to give themselves the best opportunity to have a good chance at goal. So I've been very impressed with Hampton and Richmond so far. I know they've conceded 3 goals, but we have looked really good.
Yeah, if anything, this has been a Worthing-like performance from Hampton and Richmond so far. They've looked very creative going forward, got 2 goals, but just in defence, it's been a bit frustrating this afternoon. But as I said, plenty of time left in this game at Beverley Stadium. 3-2 to Worthing is the score. And they have themselves another throw-in on the left. It's going to be taken by their long throw specialist, Oliver Black. He throws it into the box. Babalola doesn't get the flick on again. Wiltshire has dealt with him very well this afternoon. And it has been cleared away by the Beavers.
Yeah, those long throw-ins, they do look really threatening from them, Worthing.
Just a bit of head tennis in this middle third of the pitch. That's a good interception by Christian Campbell, who can come away on this left-hand side. He's just tackled there by Spong. Didn't have a lot of support, Christian Campbell, so he just was slightly retreating. The ball is now in the hands of Ted Curd, who rolls it out to Williams, who looks to find Roberts with an early ball. He might find him, not quite. Chris Hay was quick off his line, and he plays it out to Spong. Now Alfie Young, who will be suspended for Worthing's next game, which sees them travel to Boreham Wood. And Hampton Richmond's next game, that's against Boreham Wood at Beverley Stadium next Saturday.
But they first go to Weymouth on Tuesday night.
Oh, so I was wrong. It's their next home game. That's definitely what I meant. That's good play by Atkinson. Dogged determination now to win the ball, but then he just overruns it. And now Worthing are on the attack down the left with Wheeler. He's got support from Willard. Wheeler decides to go it alone, and that's high, wide, and not very handsome. Goal kick to the Beavers. And we're going to need another new ball because that's been caught in the netting. Oh, well, one of the Worthing fans has managed to collect it. Thank you, sir.
Oh, and that's in the back.
Yeah, a replacement ball was thrown towards Ted Curd, but thrown into the goal. Some of the Worthing fans trying to claim it as a goal, but the referee wouldn't fall for that. Anyway, here's Jerry Wiltshire. Passes it outright to Taylor. Now here's Keir. And Atkinson plays out left to Alfie Williams. Oh, and Babajide's taken out there by Wills. Referee again not giving anything. Now here's Babajide who has the ball, got options to his right, uses Roberts just outside the Worthing box. Roberts takes a left-footed shot. Oh, it's spilled just over the bar. Good play there by James Roberts. I thought it was a fairly routine save for Chris Hay, but the ball slipped through his fingers, and unfortunately for him, it was just over the crossbar. Corner to Hampton and Richmond.
Yeah, good strike again by James Roberts there, and the keeper had to just parry that one away. So the corner is just going to be delivered by Jake Gray here.
On the left-hand side, Wiltshire and Taylor are in the box. Gray swings it in, headed away by Babalola. Kia will retrieve the loose ball, plays it outright to Williams. He's up against two Worthing players, but Williams has done really well to keep hold of the ball. Finds Jack Taylor near the edge of the box.
Shouts of shoot there for Jack Taylor, I think.
Yeah, he's been pressurised by Willard, so I think he did the right thing not taking the shot. Now the ball's on the Hampton Richmond left with James Roberts. Shapes up to shoot again, deflected to Atkinson, then booted away by Temi Babalola. It's going to be Archie Taylor who looks to retrieve the ball, and he does so. Now Kia plays it down that right-hand channel to Roberts. Good challenge by Oliver Black to put it out of play for a Hampton and Richmond throw-in.
James Roberts is looking really bright now, and that, again, a superb shot moments ago from him.
Now here's Alfie Williams, sorry. Josh Kia. Now Roberts crosses it first time, but it's put out of play again for a throw-in, which is taken very quickly. Archie Taylor now has it. Plays it to Gray. He's well tackled by Spong. And yeah, throw in to Worthing after good play by Jack Spong, just to slow things down a bit and disrupt things for Hampton and Richmond.
James Roberts has been fantastic in this second half. Jackson, it has to be said, if you give that ball to James Roberts and he's given the space and he's invited to take the shot, he's going to get it on target, and surely, hopefully, towards the end of the second half, he's going to get one in the back of the net.
Yeah, I think he'd be a candidate for Hampton and Richmond man of the match so far. James Roberts, he's looked very threatening. And the ball played down that right-hand channel to Jake Gray, who will get there ahead of Ray. Gray gets the cross in, but Babajide couldn't quite get into the 6-yard box where the ball ended up in the hands of Hay.
But it's more bright ideas from Hampton and Richmond at the moment. You just sense that Hampton and Richmond have, like you say, they've got more to give, I think. Hampton and Richmond definitely can get another goal back here to put us back on level terms, and I think we're going to see our new signing make his debut this season, Jackson.
Yeah, well, his second debut for Hampton and Richmond.
Forgive me.
Yeah. Well, you corrected me, the fixture schedule.
You know, stand by me on these things, you know.
Worthing are in possession with Chris Hay. Now Young. And this is some very intricate passing, but also quite risky. Now it's been played long to Babalola. Wiltshire once again winning the header there. And the loose ball was won by Wills. Now Babalola on that right-hand side. Again, that's pretty unfamiliar territory for him. That's a late challenge by Sam Beard on Jack Taylor. And now the substitution will take place. Well, bit of a surprising one. Campbell is going to come off. And yeah, now the change is going to happen. I don't think Christian Campbell realises he's coming off yet.
Oh.
Yeah, now he realises, yeah. So Christian Campbell, scorer of Hampton Richmond's first goal of the afternoon, being replaced by Mauro Villette. It does look to be light for light. Looks like Villette will be playing in that left-back role. And yeah, Worthing, they're making a substitution as well. Sam Packham is coming on for Nick Wheeler.
So what can Mauro Villette bring to this Beavers side that are looking to get themselves another goal here?
Well, he's got 19 minutes of normal time to go to make an impact. It's Hampton Richmond 2, Worthing 3. 3 of those goals scored in the second half. But Hampton Richmond have asked plenty of questions of this Worthing defence, despite experiencing 2 setbacks in this half of going behind.
Today's match attendance 630. Thank you.
The attendance is 630 this afternoon. Thank you to those who are in attendance. Thank you to those who are watching on our YouTube watch along as Worthing come away on the right hand side. But well, the referee has penalised, I think it's Mauro Villette, for a challenge there. So the away side are going to have a free kick on the right, about 15 yards into Hampton and Richmond's half. It's going to be taken by their number 8, Jack Spong. Plenty of players in and around the box. I think Worthing will want that 4th goal just to give themselves a bit of daylight. Spong takes the free kick, headed away by Archie Taylor. Back to Spong, and it looks to volley it back in, but Wiltshire clears it. Now here's Alfie Williams, plays out left, an intelligent pass to Jake Gray, who's down that left-hand channel, returns it to Alfie Williams inside the Worthing box, and he looks to cross it, blocked by Willard.
You see James Roberts there screaming for the ball on the right-hand side.
Now is Kia's challenged there by Spong, and Worthing come away with it, but great challenge there by Atkinson, trademark Atkinson challenge. How Archie Taylor has the ball on the right, got Roberts in support, uses Roberts, who will look to take on Black. Roberts looks to dig out a cross, but it's deflected out of play for another corner to Hampton and Richmond.
Yeah, I like that. Trademark Atkinson there with his challenges. He's been superb with the timing of those challenges. That must be said for Mike Atkinson, but James Roberts again heavily being involved on this right-hand side, and here comes the corner for Hampton and Richmond.
Which will be taken by Alfie Williams. 73 minutes on the clock. Hampton Richmond 2, Worthing 3. Hampton Richmond asking plenty of questions though as they seek this equaliser. Williams takes the corner. Oh, and it's headed away by Temi Babalola. Roberts will retrieve it on the left-hand side. Up against Wills. Roberts' cross is deflected. Atkinson looks to hook it back in, and he's been penalised there for a high boot. I think that's a bit harsh. But, well, the referee's decision is final, and Worthing have a free kick on the edge of their own box. A real pity, that.
Yeah, but little by little, Hampton and Richmond are trying to get themselves back on level terms here.
Free kick has now been taken with Young. Now it's with their left back, Black. Now Chris Hay, the goalkeeper, sprays it out left towards Beard, who's switched wings. Babalola's touch is heavy, and Roberts will be there to get onto the loose ball. And he plays out left to Vilhet. And now Atkinson. And here's Jerry Wiltshire. Now it's with right back Archie Taylor, just inside Hampton Richmond's half. He plays it across to Josh Keir. Clips out left to Vilhet, inside the Worthing half now. Babajide trying to play a pass to Vilhet, but Vilhet just ran too far in front, so it's gone out of play for a throw-in to Worthing, who will be making their second change of the afternoon. So it's Harrison Smith coming on for number 14, Temi Babalola. Well, that's not such a surprise. Babalola, apart from that chance he had in the opening 2 minutes at the other end of the pitch, has had to feed off scraps. I think Jerry Wiltshire has dealt with him very, very well this afternoon. Ball now back in play. Looks like it's going to be another change for Hampton Richmond. We'll have to wait a couple of minutes for that. Looks like it's Alex Wall who will come on. Worthing on the attack down the left with Beard. He plays it inside to Smith for his first touch of the game. Been pressurised by Wiltshire, but he's done well to play it back to Willard. Good 1-2 with Cashman. Willard on the edge of the box, but he's been crowded out, so he will have to go back to Wills. Now that's a free kick to the away side. A foul there on Sam Packham by
Valetti, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So this is just eating up more time.
Yeah, I think that'll be the game plan now for Worthing. Just to try and manage the game out now to stop any potential Hampton and Richmond attack.
Alex Wall is receiving his instructions from both Luke Ruddock and Alan Julian. Of course, Wall scoring the winning goal in Hampton Richmond's win at home to Salisbury last Saturday. They're losing at the moment, 3-2 down at home to Worthing. As it's clipped into the box by Spong, and Ray did win the header, but easy gather there for Ted Curd, who looks to get the ball away quickly, but there weren't too many options for him. So now he rolls it out short to Jack Taylor, and now Josh Keir has the ball, accelerates away from Cashman well. He looks to play Jake Gray in down the left, but it's a bit too overhit, that pass from Hampton Richmond's number 8. So Chris Hay now has the ball, and yeah, it's going to be Wall coming on as soon as the ball goes dead, I'm sure. 77 minutes played at Beverley Stadium. The game is on a knife edge. It's Hampton Richmond 2, Worthing 3. As Jack Taylor heads it only as far out as Cashman, but he's been penalised there for controlling the ball with his arm. So free kick to Hampton Richmond about 10 yards into their own half. And now the change will be made. It's Josh Keir who's making his way off the pitch. Not much of a surprise, I suppose. You've got to sacrifice something in midfield when chasing a goal.
Now, what can Alex Wall do? Already opened up his account for Hampton and Richmond. Can he just be that extra little bit of a nuisance to the Worthing defence to get the goal for Hampton and Richmond that we so need?
And, well, Worthing are going to make a substitution as well. Tommy Willard, who scored their second goal of the afternoon, is coming off, and replacing him is number 22, Jack Bates.
I know Hampton and Richmond are one goal down here, Jackson, but it has to be said, Hampton and Richmond have played really well this afternoon. It's certainly been an exciting watch.
Archie Taylor clips it long towards James Roberts, but it's intercepted by Oliver Black. That's gone over the stand, so it'll have to be collected another time. Throw into the Beavers, about 10 yards into Worthing's half on the right. Archie Taylor has it, just plays it off Harrison Smith, out for another throw-in, just inside Hampton Richmond's half now. Taylor plays it to Roberts, who returns it to him. Roberts heads it towards Babajide. Now Archie Taylor heads it. A bit of head tennis going on in this middle third of the pitch. Oh, and that's a cheap free
high
kick
boot.
there.
Is that for a high boot, was it?
I think it was Jake Gray was penalised for bumping into Jack Spong, who...
Oh, I think it's a bit soft.
I think, yeah, he bought the foul there. And some of the Beavers faithful not satisfied with that refereeing at all, but this is a free kick to the away side. And I saw a little grin there from Danny Cashman. I think he knows that wasn't a free kick either.
No.
Anyway, Spong, who won that free kick,
very
almost
close.
charged down there by Roberts, but Jake Gray intercepts a pass from Black. Just overran it a bit. Good challenge by Atkinson ahead of Wills. Now here's Jake Gray, about 25 yards from goal. Plays out right to Roberts inside the Worthing box, and he crosses it in deep to Wall. And it did just bounce wide of goal. I think the goalkeeper had it covered, but I think that would have been his first touch of the game. What a touch that could have been.
Absolutely, and again, Mike Atkinson, another well-timed interception there this time to give Hampton and Richmond the turnover and the play there. And again, James Roberts, all again part of that move. So Hampton and Richmond still looking really good here, Jackson.
Ball played long by the Worthing keeper, Chris Hay. Headed away by Wiltshire, only as far out as Beard, and now the ball's been played down the left to Cashman. Good back heel to Beard. And he's crossed it low, and it's with Harrison Smith. It's deflected, gobbled up by Ted Kurd, though. Hampton Richmond are still alive.
That was close. That was very close. That was a good opportunity for Worthing. Haven't had too many in this second half, but Worthing could have got themselves another goal there to put the game well and truly to bed. So Hampton and Richmond just need to stay wise to the Worthing attack and do plenty more attacking themselves.
Yeah, free kick was given there. Vilhet was pulled there by Jack Bates. Ball now on the right with Archie Taylor just inside the Worthing half. He's had to go back though to Wiltshire. He's been pressurised by Harrison Smith. Oh, that's a good challenge by Beard on Wiltshire, but Roberts picks up the loose ball. Out of play for a throw-in to the Beavers. Archie Taylor throws it down the line to Roberts, beaten to the header by Black. That's going to be another throw-in to Hampton and Richmond. 82 minutes on the clock. Hampton Richmond 2, Worthing 3, but Hampton Richmond really knocking on the door of the Worthing goal. Ball in a central area now with Alfie Williams. Lovely pass out left to Vilhet. He looks to dig out across. He finds Roberts, who takes it down beautifully on the edge of the box. He's battling there to keep hold of it. He looks to play it down the line to Archie Taylor. Jake Gray does get onto it, even if it doesn't get to Archie Taylor, but then he's tackled. That's good play by Harrison Smith to wriggle away from Wiltshire, who does get back, but he has been penalised there for holding Harrison Smith. Oh no, that's quite fortunate for Hampton Richmond. They took the free kick early. And yeah, I think Wiltshire can have too many complaints. A yellow card for him. That's Hampton Richmond's first of the afternoon.
Yes, so it is. Yeah, Hampton Richmond have done very well discipline-wise up until now.
Yeah, he was grappling with Harrison Smith after he managed to hold up the ball and then get away from him. And this is just, well, Worthing have got Hampton Richmond where they want them, just in a position where they can eat up some more time.
But you do think, though, Jackson, if there is going to be another goal, I think it is going to come in the way of Hampton and Richmond.
Well, Worthing are on the attack at the moment. It's a cross-in first time by Beard. It's a very deep one to number 21, Packham. He's well tackled there by Vilhet. Alfie Williams then comes away with it. He plays it long to Wall. And yeah, that's surely a foul. Well, he's been penalised there for a foul on Glenn Ray. One or two questionable decisions there by the man in the middle.
Yeah, a few question marks being raised around the ground. Hampton and Richmond fans not happy with that decision from referee George Laplin.
I think Wall had one or few things to say to the referee. Probably a good thing the referee didn't hear or was too far away to possibly hear what he could have said.
It's that wind, Jackson, I think. The wind.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's a yellow card for Glenn Ray.
Wow.
Well, he's been booked for time wasting there, and he did get a yellow card in the first half. So the match winner has been sent for an early bath. And, well, he's pretty incandescent there, but referee's decision is final. So for the final 5 minutes of the 90, Worthing are going to play with 10 men. And they were taking a bit of time there with that free kick. Jake Gray just ushering Glenn Ray off the pitch. I think he was having a word with the Hampton Richmond bench there.
Well, if you're tuning in on Beaver TV, don't go away, as there's 5 minutes left here in this fixture between Hampton and Richmond and Worthing. Worthing down to 10 men, and there's still a little bit of afters going on here, Jackson.
Yeah, the Worthing players are pretty upset with that decision. They are going to have to change system as they look to preserve their lead. I mean, this is only going to waste a bit more time, but presumably the referee will add on a generous amount of stoppage time. 85 minutes played. Hampton Richmond 2, Worthing 3.
As Rear goes off, I'm sure he's thinking to himself, well, he needs to try not and, don't look back in anger on that challenge.
Still waiting for this free kick to be taken. Worthing are going to make a change. I think it's going to be Joe Cook who's going to come on, but I'm not sure the referee's going to allow the change to happen before the free kick gets taken. Oh no, he is going to allow it to happen. Just waiting to see who's coming off. This is clearly in response to the red card that happened a short time ago. And well, Danny Cashman, who scored their first goal of the afternoon, Worthing, he's been sacrificed as Worthing look to hold on to their 3-2 lead.
Well, this will be it now for Worthing. They just want to hold on to this one-goal lead that they have. And Jackson, as I say many a time on commentary, having just even going one goal ahead, that can be a dangerous scoreline.
Absolutely. And yeah, the Worthing goalkeeper, Chris Hay, just trying to take the free kick a few yards ahead of where it should have been taken. Now he has taken it, plays it long, but that'll be an easy catch for Ted Curd. 87 minutes played, Hampton Richmond on the attack. They're a goal behind, 3-2 to Worthing is the score. Christian Campbell opening the scoring, but Hampton Richmond getting pegged back by Danny Cashman. Tommy Willard then put Worthing ahead early in the second half. Bumi Babajide equalised, but the winning goal scored by the man who's just been sent off, Glenn Ray. But Hampton Richmond looking to change that. It's James Roberts on the right-hand side, gets away from Beard, but then good recovery challenge by Beard, but the loose ball falls to Atkinson, whose pass is blocked by Wills. And that's good play by Atkinson and Vilhet to win the ball back. So now with Atkinson in the left of central area.
Hampton and Richmond smell a goal here. They're really trying at this Worthing defence.
Here's Babajide on the left flank. Being jockeyed by Packham. Oh, it's good play by Babajide, who's been taken down, and finally he has got a decision. He's been given a free kick just outside the Worthing box on the left-hand side. So this will surely be whipped in by either Jake Gray or Alfie Williams. 88 minutes played. A few ironic cheers there when Babajide went down and finally got the decision from the referee. Gray and Williams just in conversation there about what the move will be for this set piece. It's Gray who takes a free kick. Oh, and it's flicked on over the bar. That's going to be a corner to Hampton and Richmond. I think it was Alfie Young who just got his head underneath it.
Can Hampton and Richmond dig deep to find the equaliser that's so desperately needed here?
Coming up to 89 minutes. Hampton and Richmond, you sense it's going to be now or never for them. It's going to be Alfie Williams who takes the corner. It's in the middle, headed away, only as far out as Atkinson. It might go all the way to Williams, but no, it's going to get to number 22, Jack Bates, and then it is cleared away by Beard. Out for a throw-in, which Archie Taylor takes, throws it back to Ted Curd. We're in the final minute of the 90. I'm sure we will have a bit of stoppage time. We've seen plenty of goals and had the lengthy stoppage for that red card. Now is Babajide down the left flank. He crosses it low, but didn't have a lot of conviction behind it, so it's an easy gather for Chris Hay. It looks like Hampton Richmond are going to make one, possibly two changes as we enter stoppage time.
Is this going to be a champagne supernova of a finish, Jackson Cole, here at TW12 this afternoon?
Now it's Vilhet. That's a bit of a short back pass. 7 added minutes at the end of this game, but well, it's offside against Harrison Smith. I was just going to say Harrison Smith could have put the game beyond any doubt, but Hampton Richmond have got 7 more minutes to try and find a way back into the game. And another change is going to be made. It's going to be Jake Gray who comes off, and I think that's Jaden Brissett who's going to make his way onto the pitch. Oh, well, Jake Gray was about to run off, but it's James Roberts who's coming off for Brissett.
Jaden Brissett, superb Hampton and Richmond player on the wing.
And there he is on the right, showing for support on Archie Taylor, who's fouled there by Harrison Smith. And there's
naughty.
Yeah, slightly a delaying tactic there by Smith, but Archie Taylor knew to get the ball quickly. Ball's on the Hampton Richmond left with Gray. Now Alfie Williams plays it right to Taylor, who looks to cross in. That's a bit of a disappointing cross. Easy interception for Spong, who just clips out left to Smith up against Wiltshire. Smith looked to play it down the line, but Jack Bates did not make the run he thought he would. So Hampton Richmond are back in possession. 1.5 minutes of the 7 additional of stoppage time has been played. Wall gets a flick on there to Babajide, who still has the ball on the edge of the box. He's looking to wriggle himself. I thought that was a whistle that was blown there.
I thought I heard a whistle there as well.
Well, it doesn't look like the referee blew anything, so we might have a bit of a prankster in the crowd, which is not helpful. Here's Archie Taylor now down the right-hand side. Looks to get the cross in, but that's just drifted out of play for a goal kick to the away side. 2 of the additional 7 minutes of stoppage time have now been played.
Yeah, I thought Babajide's control there in the penalty box just to try and get a shot away, but then we thought that we heard a whistle blow, didn't we? So I thought I don't know whether Babajide stopped his attack because of that.
Chris Hay, the goalkeeper for Worthing, just almost tripping over his own feet, so he's jeered out a little bit. He launched it long towards Harrison Smith. Wiltshire got to the header, actually headed it against Smith, and it subsequently, the ball dropped to Ted Kerr. Now here's Jaden Bristol, his first touches of the game. Vilhet is now in a centre midfield role, much more familiar role for him. Now Alfie Williams looks to cross it in early, just evaded Babajide and headed out of danger. Oh, and Atkinson is caught there by Jack Spong. But it's going to be a goal kick for Hampton and Richmond, and Atkinson is down on the ground here.
He's holding his left leg.
Alan Julian's got his head in his hands there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to criticise Jackson, but I feel like George Laplin may have had a few decisions that not quite so sure.
Yeah, I think
could be the correct ones.
I think that's fair.
Oh, and yellow card.
There's a yellow card for Chris Hay for time waste, and you think he'd have learned his lesson from seeing his teammate get booked and subsequently sent off for time wasting. Hampton Richmond have it back after the goal kick was very quickly taken after that yellow card for Hay. Here's Wiltshire coming up to 4 minutes of the additional 7 added at the end of this game. Atkinson, who is back on his feet, has the ball, plays it to Wiltshire. Now Vilhet. Here's Jack Taylor. Vilhet clips out right to Archie Taylor. And now here's Jaden Brissett looking to take on Beard. Goes around the outside. Good play by Brissett. He's kept it in play. Here's Brissett to Vilhet. Oh, it's blocked. What a block that is.
Wow, Jackson.
You sense that might have been the moment. Brilliant play down that right flank by Brissett. Picked out Vilhet, who did everything right, controlled the ball, aimed for goal, and it was going way past Chris Hay, but it's a brilliant block by a Worthing defender. Hampton Richmond are coming again, though. It's Babajide on the left, plays it down the line to Jake Gray, who crosses it. It's a deep cross. Brissett will get there. Not quite. It's put out of play for a throw-in by Oliver Black.
This is really going to be an electric finish here, Jackson, I think.
Now here's Archie Taylor to Jack Taylor. Oh, and he took it first time. As probably one of the last players you wanted it to fall to. A ball on the edge of the box, taken first time by Jack Taylor. He just dragged it wide of that right post of Chris Hayes.
Oh, Hampton and Richmond coming agonisingly close in these dying moments of the game. But it has to be said, Jackson, if Hampton and Richmond aren't to get anything out of this game this afternoon, it has been an absolutely superb watch.
Yeah, 5.5 minutes of added time had been played. 7 was indicated by the fourth official. So there may be one last chance for the Beavers to get something out of this game. Here's Alfie Williams in a central area. Plays out right to Brissett, who's looked bright since he came on. He's gone infield now. He looks to find Wall. It's just a bit too high for him, and well, it's just in the hands of Chris Hay. Less than a minute now of stoppage time to go. Of course, it is always a minimum amount of minutes will be added on at the end of the game, so perhaps there'll be another chance, but maybe it's going to be another defeat for Hampton and Richmond. But Brissett is now on the ball again, about 30 yards from goal, but he has ran into a bit of traffic there, tackled by Jack Spong, and yeah, he's tripped to the ground there by Brissett. Brissett trying to win the ball back, just a little bit too enthusiastic in his efforts, and we are in the final 15 seconds of stoppage time. And I think the Worthing bench and the Worthing players know that they're as good as over the line. It'll be a well thought out win for them, because they've had Hampton and Richmond causing them a lot of problems this afternoon. As Hay plays it long, he had strict instructions just to play it as long as he could there.
He saw that from Beard, just said the option, just to put it out for the throw.
So Archie Taylor will take this throw in for Hampton and Richmond. Plays it back to Ted Curd. We have played 7 additional minutes at the end of this game. Referee looks like he'll allow one more attack to take place. Hampton and Richmond really need to get it up the pitch. It's only with Archie Taylor inside the Worthing half. Wiltshire will now play it long, but that's it. Not enough time for Hampton and Richmond, so it is a second defeat on the bounce for Alan Julian's men. The game has finished. Hampton and Richmond 2, Worthing 3, a pulsating affair at Beverley Stadium. It started well for the Beavers. Christian Campbell opening the scoring with a neat right-footed finish just shy of the 20-minute mark, and then a goal almost against the run of play for Worthing. Denny Cashman equalising for the away side after some good play down the right by Sam Beard. Then early in the second half, a powerful effort by Tommy Willard, squirmed under Ted Curd to put the away side in front, but Bumi Babajide scored his first goal for Hampton Richmond shortly after that to level the game once again, and then a header by Glenn Ray about midway into the second half has proved to be the winning goal. Ray actually got sent off for 2 bookable offences. The second bookable offence was for time wasting, and well, Hampton and Richmond did create plenty of chances. I feel they're a bit undervalued by not claiming at least a draw from this game. And well, while the result is a bit deflating, plenty of positives to take.
Yeah, that certainly wouldn't have been the master plan for Alan Julian's side today, but I think there are so many positives that can be taken from this game today. The attacking was so much better from an Hampton and Richmond perspective, and yes, defensively may have been a little bit slacker today, but this was such an exciting game to watch, and I do feel that there are plenty of positives Alan Julian can take from today's game, so Hampton and Richmond can kick on as they go away to Weymouth on Tuesday. A really exciting game to watch for me, Jackson, I feel, and James Roberts, Christian Campbell for me, 2 of the standout players this afternoon from an attacking perspective, and also a massive shout out to Mike Atkinson. I thought his defensive challenges were absolutely superb with the timing of them. So I know it's a defeat for Hampton Richmond, but I feel really happy with what I've seen today, Jackson, if I'm brutally honest with you. I do think there are plenty of positives to be taken away, and Hampton and Richmond can now go away to bottom of the table Worthing as of 3 o'clock today, and we'll check the scores shortly, and Hampton and Richmond can hopefully go away and get 3 points on Tuesday.
Yeah, I just saw Alan Julian there, the Hampton and Richmond manager, having a word with the referee and his assistants. There were a few questionable decisions there. We don't like to go on about the refereeing, but inevitably standard of refereeing is going to be an important factor in such tight games. So yeah, I think Hampton and Richmond were a bit hard done by some of the smaller decisions, which can just be enough to edge one team in favour of the other. And well, before we go off air, if you want to give us the scores on the doors from the National League South.
Yeah,
Johnny.
I certainly can, Jackson. Thank you very much. So the final scores in the Vanarama National League South today. So full-time Boreham Wood 1, Maidstone United 1, Chippenham Town 3, Enfield Town 2, and still in play Eastbourne Borough 2, Dorking Wanderers 2, full-time Farnborough 1, St Albans City 0, Hemel Hempstead 4, Bath City 2, Slough Town 1, Weymouth 0, Tunbridge Angels 1, Salisbury 0, Torquay United 1, Averley 1, Truro City 2, Chelmsford City 1, Welling United 1, Chesham United 3, and Weston-super-Mare 3, Hornchurch 2.
Oh, some interesting scorelines across the National League South. Well, Jonny, I'd like to thank you for your co-commentary as per usual. Pity we couldn't see Hampton and Richmond win, but well, that's just the way the cookie crumbled, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, you've stood by me here today, and I think it's now time for some cigarettes and alcohol. Maybe not cigarettes or alcohol, but
Yeah,
some water refreshment.
Yeah, you
possibly.
may have noticed some of the Oasis puns. We apologise for that, and we apologise we couldn't bring you a better result for the Beavers this afternoon. It's finished Hampton and Richmond 2, Worthing 3. Bye for now.